Up next, our second video spotlights Quincy Patterson II from Chicago, Illinois.
Quincy Patterson II, Chicago, Illinois. Quincy Patterson II has been described by the principal at the Eric Solorio Academy High School as a brilliant student with tremendous focus and drive. He is kind, thoughtful, respectful, articulate, informed, mature, and responsible. Quincy Patterson II has demonstrated remarkable leadership skills throughout his high school career as a tutor to Chicago elementary school students, a volunteer for the mentally disabled, a mentor to young quarterbacks in Chicago, and a blessing to elderly neighbors on his block who he shovels snow for as a way to give back. Quincy's skills in the classroom are just as remarkable, with 3 years on the all-academic team, 4 years on the Presidential Honor Roll, all while maintaining a 4.7 grade point average. Quincy Patterson II is a 4-sport athlete with proven athletic abilities. He began high school playing baseball, basketball, and football, excelling in all 3 sports. Over the last 2 years, he added track and field to his pursuits, which helped enhance his speed and quickness on the football field. I can say with incredible confidence that we are not talking about a talented athlete, but a young man who is seeking to be the best version of himself. Signed, Coach Yogi Roth, Elite 11. The South Side of Chicago is a tough place to grow up, and your goals can easily get derailed. But Quincy Patterson II is focused to stay on track, choosing a path to success.
My name is Quincy Patterson. I am from Chicago, Illinois, and I'm committed to Virginia Tech.
This is a grown man. He's 6'3", 236.
In terms of a horsepower guy coming off the bus, I think he's got all the tools, and it's really going to be fascinating to watch him.
Hey, that was perfect.
I think we're looking at a young man who potentially wins the Heisman Trophy. He reminds me of Deshaun Watson in terms of his makeup.
I see it comparable to Bryce Petty. At the college level, you can have him start for 2 to 3 years. You can have him be a draft pick.
Oh, that's goal!
Quincy's brilliant. He's really extremely smart.
As a developmental quarterback, we've seen the most growth with Quincy.
He is a quiet leader who's a sponge, but he can also own the room.
Oh, big time play.
I kind of just have to establish myself and just make sure that, when I leave here, people know my name. Well, as stated, I am Quincy Patterson II, out of Chicago, Illinois. Before I proceed with my speech, I would like to congratulate all the other candidates for making it this far. I'm humbled and behooved to be standing at this podium alongside these scholar athletes living our dreams in hopes of being the next Watkins Award winner. I would like to give a round of applause to these three gentlemen. I would also like to thank Watkins Award and everyone involved with it. This is a crazy experience, and I wouldn't be in Washington, D.C., without Watkins Award, and I wouldn't have experienced any of this. This is like a dream. A lot of kids from Chicago don't get the opportunity to do this. I'm the first, and hopefully not the only one, but yeah, so it's a great way to start. So, as I mentioned, this is an incredible opportunity, an opportunity I feel to show that I am a product of my environment. And you might say, oh, you're from Chicago, you're a product of your environment. That's typically a bad thing. And it is, but, I like to think of my environment as a place that showed me what not to be. So, growing up on the south side of Chicago, it's a lot of bad coming from there. Gun violence, drugs, you name it. But, me being a little kid, always optimistic, always looking on the bright side of things, I kind of just thought to be the exact opposite of that, and that's why I'm here standing on this podium talking to you guys. So. There's a couple people that couldn't be here today. I have three older sisters, Kia, Kayla, Kimberly, aka Kimmy. Those three, they have been detrimental to everything I've done, and they're really the reason I'm here standing on this stage. They've led my 17 years of life in a positive direction, telling me, good from wrong. I'm sorry, right from wrong, bad from good. They just led me in the right direction outside of football. Talk about my parents now. My father, he's over there, table 13. My father, 2 years ago, at the age of 43, he was diagnosed with kidney failure. So, that was one thing that really struck us hard. And, seeing him go through that, he goes to the dialysis Monday, Wednesday, Friday. He actually went to it last night, so you probably didn't see him because he was at dialysis. And, seeing him go through that, that's one thing that kind of shows you that, if he can beat the odds, I can beat the odds as well. And, he showed me that anything is possible. So, I'm out here, trying to do my thing as well. Yeah. Oh, I like to point out something too. So I remember one day when he first got diagnosed with, kidney failure. He said something that kind of stood with me. When they told him, he was like, "Will I be able to work?" And that's one thing you can't do with kidney failure is work. So that was kind of crazy to me that, through all of this, him being sick, he kind of he put us first and was just worried about us putting, getting food on the plate, us living in a stable household, and worried about the income that we were bringing in rather than his own health. And, I really salute him for that. So. Now my mom. There's too much I could say, but, for the sake of you guys, I'll keep it short. So before the whole, the kidney situation, my dad, he used to work 7 days a week. So my mom, she was a stay-at-home mom, and she literally made sure that we had everything we needed. Made sure that, I had grades like a 4.7 GPA, stuff like that. And then essentially led to me being on this podium today. I thank her for everything, being a teen mom, having my older sister, fighting through that, moving out at the age of 17, really showing me that, you can beat the odds and you can really do anything. I feel that this award is just a testimony to the amount of work that we put in academically and athletically. And once again, I would like to thank Watkins Award for inviting us four gentlemen to this amazing scenery and allowing us to show who we are and what we stand for. Thank you.
One more time for Quincy Patterson II. And pay close attention to the stories, ladies and gentlemen. Not only you're dealing with life's adversities, but you're in high school, you're still serving your community, you're still being an exceptional student and athlete, and overcoming the odds. So that's amazing right there. And found time to get a 4.7 as well, which is amazing. 4.7. I don't even know how they're doing the scales now. Is that a 4.7 out of 5, out of 4? How does that work? I feel like I would have been able to get that had they raised the, the limit back in the 90s. I would have, but I just didn't know that I could go past 4.